Hey guys, what's up? My name's Clint and welcome to the Singing Tarot. So today we will be doing a Samhain reading or a Halloween reading, which means a reading for this coming November and basically for the darker side of the season of the year. For some of you who don't know, Samhain is a Gaelic celebration which has some similarities to Halloween, basically celebrating the end of the harvest season and hoping for better times during the darker seasons or the colder seasons. So basically just a November reading. So without any further ado, I want you to choose between any of the 4 piles. This is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Now I will give a zoom in on the cards and then I will put timestamps and just click the timestamp of whichever group you decide, and hopefully you enjoy. Alright you guys, so here are the cards up close. Again, this is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. You can pause the video and meditate on the cards and really choose with your intuition which cards resonate with you. And then just click on the timestamps and hopefully you enjoy. Alright, so this is for everyone who chose group number 1. Right now, I really do see that you have been really trying to move on from something, trying to walk away from something, and just really ending a difficult situation. Just because you feel like there was a really large unclarity, like it's been very vague, and you're just really unsure of what was there, and like just really escaping from the drama and just really asking help from other people. What I do see is that this transition might be very disorienting, but you need to at least find the silver lining with moving on, just because you have no choice but to move on, because this is for a better future for you and just to give you some real inner peace and healing. Now I do see is that there has been certain people in your life. There have been certain people in your life that have been really overly materialistic, have just been giving really risky movements, bad risky investments, and just really not using their skill to the best or to the good of everyone. I just feel a lot of like greed and just thinking about themselves, or not necessarily thinking about themselves, but also maybe just not really having an overall good figure of or whole picture of everything that's been happening. So what I do see is that there is this certain nature. There are these people that are somehow very passive or helpless and basically need to emotionally grow. So this could be you or this could be someone else, and I see that because you are trying to get away with some things and just really trying to escape everything just for your better life, I do see that you will be having to be the emotionally strong person just so that you could inspire and help other people. It's going to be a team effort. You and your friends or your partner or whoever that is, that you are going to have to both emotionally grow and just really take care of each other, take care of whoever has been taking care of you, and just making sure that you guys really get to express yourselves and just really trust your gut feel, because right now it is your emotions that you have been neglecting, and so it's something that you really need to understand and look into in order to really manage that. Alright you guys, so this is for everyone who chose group number 2. Right off the bat, I do see that there is this certain big change, the certain ending of something, and I see that it's ended mainly because there has been certain financial failures, there have been certain ventures that haven't really gone the way they're supposed to be, and it just feels really less heavy. And then I do see that because there have been things that seem to have been falling apart, you haven't been really letting things flow naturally the way they should. So what I do see that you really need to understand is that although you have these certain rules and although you feel very strongly about how things should be done, how things are supposed to be done, you do have to understand that there are other certain situations that you are not in control of, and that will really test your patience. That will really make you think, how much longer should uh, I face this? How much longer should I deal with this? And the truth is that we can't really control what happens around us, but we can control how we react to it and how we can adapt. And so, because you are so used to all of these certain traditions, I feel like you really need to understand that you have to learn to switch things up and to really let things flow the way they should. If things happen, then you adjust and you learn, and then this will eventually help you in the long run. And just really accept that whatever this change is happening, whatever this change is, this is going to happen for the better. And you are going to be stronger and learn so much more. So this little failure is just a small step, but what happens is that your emotions are taking you, are controlling you up and bottling you up in such an extreme way. It's just because you're just not used to this big change. You are used to having this whole schedule and just making sure everything happens in the right time, the right manner, and just having like a certain guideline of how you do things. But the fact is that sometimes the current changes, waves change, and so you have to learn to adapt to that. And that's one of the skills that you'll be able to learn and just really be able to become a better person and just become really proud of yourself once you get through this. So there's really no point in just dwelling on whatever losses you've had, because definitely you will gain a lot more than you realize once you face this and once you learn to adapt. Alright, so this is for everyone in group number 3. I do see that you have been experiencing this certain discontentment. So I do see that you have a lot of wants. So a lot of this is usually mental struggles and just really working hard and just really working on your craft and everything. But what I do see is going on is that you are working but without the passion, just basically doing what you can and just passively doing everything. I do see that you are able and have the ability to do everything with detail. You are very detail oriented. You make things in a way that you're able to hit the target, hit the goal to whatever it needs to be done. What I do see is that you have this certain emotional discontentment and this you have these emotions that are bottled up. And so what I see is that you might end up spending too much. You might end up splurging on too many things because you feel as if this could give you emotional contentment just because you've been working so much. And honestly, you do have to see that whatever you're doing should be able to fill you up emotionally, because whatever materialistic things that you think are going to give you contentment won't really give you contentment. And I feel like there will be a large loss if you don't acknowledge that yourself in the beginning of the whole process of just working really hard. So really find that passion of working, of why you're working really hard and why you're doing everything, and just really reach that target, because you do have that skill and you have that ability. It's just finding that contentment in you and just really finding contentment beyond what is materialistic and what you think will fill you up. Okay, so this is for group number 4. What you do see is going on is that there have been a lot of quick changes, a lot of things presented to you, a lot of challenges, but you are able to adapt and you are able to basically master how to deal with the unexpected and just really being able to follow your true self. What's happened though is that you do feel this certain sadness just because you've experienced a certain disconnection, disharmony, and just not being able to connect with certain people. I feel like there's this certain detachment because of what's happened and how you've adapted, and so that's brought you in this certain temporary sadness that you do know deep down is going to pass, but it is keeping you down right now. So I do see that you have to really be wary of whatever options you do see, because you are aware of what certain priorities you have, and you have learned to really adapt to everything and just really see the options that you have. What I do see is that you shouldn't really be brought down by how other people would be treating you. You shouldn't really be affected by certain gossips or counterproductive habits that other people have. So I do see that you have to really be careful with how you're handling yourself emotionally after all these changes, after being able to really continuously adapt through everything. And I hope that you're going to be able to really do that, because I do see that you have that strong ability of really adapting and just really finding the means and getting the silver lining out of everything, really being able to maximize every situation. So if there are going to be people that are probably going to disconnect from you, it's probably best to just really give that some time and just really observe yourself and just really think about how you're living your life, basically, because what you're doing is basically just doing everything that you know is good and what you know is going to be really progressive for your life, and some people may not understand that or see that, but eventually they will. So I do see that you just really have to, just really be careful and maybe not get too drunk in certain parties just to vent out and all that. But yeah, definitely keep that energy of really being able to adapt. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed that video and I hope you have some new enlightenment, and just